Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do because it's just going to be a little Ulta haul. I'm also going to be trying on the products that I purchased today, which is why my makeup is not fully done. But I did have the 20% off coupon at Ulta Beauty. I also had a special bonus offer. I got 350 extra bonus points for purchasing at least $50 worth on the website. So I just have a couple items to show you here today. I'm going to try some things on. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so first up, I'm just going to run through the products that I picked up and then we'll move over into the try on style. First thing that I got is actually a repurchase for me. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is my favorite concealer right now, and I am starting to have to scrape at the sides of my concealer, which is actually what I have today. I get the shade Light Neutral, and this was on sale. I think it's usually $29, and I think it was half off as $14.50 or something like that. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna stock up when it goes on sale, because $14 for my Holy Grail concealer, I say yes, please. And then everything else that I purchased is new to me. So I did get a new eyeshadow palette. I did it. I've just wanted this eyeshadow palette for a while. It's been at Ulta for a while and I kept passing over it and I kept passing over it, but I finally went ahead and did it. This is from Juvia'S place. This is the Warrior palette. So this is the Warrior 1. They recently came out with the Warrior 2, which is the all matte palette. I talked about it recently in a Will I Buy It video, but I went ahead and picked up this one, which has beautiful packaging on it, and then this is what the inside looks like. So I'm gonna swatch it after a bit here before I put everything on my eyes, but the 9-pan palette. And I love that this one is more, of the neutral palette, which Juvia'S place does a lot of colorful eyeshadow palettes, which are beautiful, but this is definitely more me and my style and what I wear a lot of and what I reach for a lot with my eyeshadow palettes. So I am really excited to have this. I think it's $20 for their palettes, and then again I have the 20% off, which I thought was fantastic, so I went ahead and did it. I will say I didn't see until after I made my purchase that the Stila eyeshadow duos went on sale. They were $20. They were on sale for $12, and then I would have the coupon also. And if I would have seen that prior, I probably would have just picked up one of the duos instead of going with the full eyeshadow palette, just because I'm trying not to buy a lot of palettes right now because I have so many. I need to get my declutter going and all of that, but I was kind of bummed about that, but that's okay, because like I said, I've been eyeing this eyeshadow palette for a while. It's been flagged at Ulta for quite some time, so now I have it, and I really like the Juvia'S place quality. So as long as that one is like all my other ones, I'm sure I'll be totally happy with it. But okay, so next up, I got a couple items here from Beauty Bakerie. So I've been wanting to try Beauty Bakerie for a while, and they recently came into Ulta, so I was very excited about that. I was really browsing the releases, and I was trying not to buy just to buy. I was really trying to buy the items that I would be most excited for. In the end, I decided to go with two of my favorite kinds of products, ones that I love trying. We got a lipstick and we got a highlighter. Woo, okay then. Excited for this. So from Beauty Bakerie, this is their Cake Pop Lippy. So that is super cute packaging, and the Cake Pop Lippies are $14 and they come in 15 different colors. I got the shade Funnel Cake. I actually snapped my best friend and was like, there's a lipstick called Funnel Cake, I'm gonna buy it. And she wrote back and said, how are you not going to eat it? Because we love Funnel Cake. It says that this is a mini soft matte lipstick, and the shade Funnel Cake is described as a matte mauve rose. Also, they are. I didn't realize that they were smaller lipsticks. Hey, I mean, that's totally fine by me. What did I say, they were $14? I mean, not a terrible price, $14, but okay, so that looks really beautiful. So that is what I will be trying on my lips, and the packaging is super fun on these. I've never tried anything from Beauty Bakerie, if I didn't say that, so I'm excited to try some of these products. And then we also have the Beauty Bakerie Illuminator. So this is in Frosted. I mean, I don't really know how I'm gonna store this, but seriously, it was just so much fun. This says, our light diffusing highlighting illuminator imparts an iridescent glow to any part of the body. It says baking tip. Oh, it's kind of ironic that I'm doing this today, as I had a full meltdown just an hour earlier in the kitchen trying to make something for dinner. Okay, baking tip, lightly dust your cheeks or brow and glow. Okay, so look how cute that is. I just want to get a spoon and dip into this. On the top it says tap, tap, and then open slowly. Okay, so we're gonna tap, tap, and then open slowly. Okay, so these are $16. I got the shade Frosted, which is a pink highlighter, and I don't feel super sure about this. So when you open it, there's like a little sticker here and you open it up and then you just have a bunch of loose highlight down there. This might be extremely messy. Oh boy. And I knew it was a loose highlighter, so I kind of went back and forth of like, do I want it? Do I not want it? But it was just the other item besides the lipstick that excited me the most from Beauty Bakerie, but we will have to see how this goes because that definitely could be pretty darn messy. Okay, alrighty then. I think like it seems like you should be able to pull this sticker up and then you have like these little holes in here, but when I was pulling the sticker, the whole thing just came off. So I don't know if that's right either, but okay, we will see what I think of the highlighter. And then the last product that I got is just a pair of lashes. So yeah, for the try-on style, I mean, I have most of my face makeup done minus the highlight. So we're just basically working on the eyes, highlight and lips today, but I got a pair of lashes from House of Lashes. So House of Lashes is now also at Ulta Beauty, which had me really excited. So I definitely wanted to order a pair of lashes. These are the Iconic Light lashes. They are $12. I have always heard such great things about both the Iconic lashes, and then they came out with a whole light line. I have the Allure Light, I have the Boudoir Light, I believe it is, and they also came out with lights of the Iconic, so I thought I would go with that. Very excited to try out the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. So that's everything that I picked up. I mean, my hauls are typically pretty small, but I'm really excited about everything. And why don't we go ahead and start trying some of this stuff out. First up, I do want to get some eyeshadows down. So obviously I'm going to be working with the Warrior palette from Juvia'S Place. And these are the swatches from the palette. The shimmers swatch absolutely beautiful. There's definitely more shimmers in this palette than there is mattes. Which I don't mind. I wish there was maybe one more shimmer, or I'm sorry, one more matte, and maybe something either just like a touch darker or a touch lighter than that swatch that I was showing you there, because we have this really light shade, which I'll probably use to put all over my lid since I do have concealer down. And then we have these two here, which this one is super dark and this one is more of like that camel brown. I think either variants, like for me personally, I would say probably a lighter brown, but even just like to have a slight, just something in between those two, I think would like have made this like a perfect palette for me. But these shimmers are absolutely beautiful and I've been staring at them for a while, actually trying to decide which one I'm gonna lay down on my eyes. I can't decide. So first up, I am gonna come into this lighter shade here, and the Juvia'S Place palettes don't have a mirror in them, which kind of drives me a little batty because then I have to do one of these, but that's okay. That's fine. It's all good. I'm just gonna grab, this is the Stilazzi S400, and I'm just gonna take that shade and run it all over my concealer and also up to my brow bone. I'm gonna grab out that matte brown right here and take my Bdellium Tools 785, and I'm going to work that into my crease. Yeah, like I was saying, so I picked out a crockpot meal to make, and I was like, oh, no worries. Like I looked at the directions and it said the very first step was put everything into crockpot for 6 hours, and I was like, don't worry, I got this. So this morning, I went to put everything into the crock pot, but I didn't actually read all the other steps because it was like, dice an onion, mince garlic, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? What is it that you want me to do? If you don't know this about me, I have no skills in the kitchen, like 0 skills. So I was Googling how to cut an onion, how do you mince garlic? What's that supposed to look like? Oh gosh, it was really bad. It was very embarrassing. I kind of want to cut this part out of the video, but I just thought it was funny when I saw that Beauty Bakery and it said like baking tip. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about what just happened earlier. It's just, I like to call myself an undomestic goddess. That's, Sophie Kinsella wrote a book, and that's, I think it's called The Undomestic Goddess. And I relate it so fully to that term. I do Home Chef, and I like it so much because you have like the prepared ingredients sent to you. You don't gotta be like measuring things. Like every once in a while you have to like cut something. But I mean, it's like not that big of a deal, but I just, Home Chef makes me feel like a real chef, and what I was doing today makes me feel like an idiot. That basically is what it comes down to. This first shimmer here, I think is what is calling to me the most. I don't know, it just looks so beautiful. It's like kind of golden, but it's kind of champagne, but then like when I move it almost looks like it has a little bit of pink to it. I don't know what's going on with this shade, but I really like that one. So I'm gonna grab the Stilazzi, the L213 brush. I'm gonna try a dry brush first, but especially with having my face makeup already done, I think I might want to spray my brush just to make sure I don't get a lot of fallout. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray my brush here quick with some Fix Plus just to kind of help bring out the intensity of the shadow, which is more of what I like, but then also so I don't have to get a lot of fallout on my face. Ooh, see, isn't that so pretty? And then I'm just gonna go ahead and push this all over the lid. I will say, once I actually put that matte shade into my crease, I thought it was gonna be like really, really dark right off the bat, like it was gonna be too much for a transition color that I personally prefer, but it really wasn't. So you could actually even build it up a little bit more if you did want something a little bit darker, if that's your preference. So that's good, I like that. And this shimmer, it's like foiled. I mean, I did spray my brush, so keep that in mind, but even sometimes when you use shimmers out of palettes and spray your brush, you don't get something like this. Like, that's just freaking beautiful. I'm not doing anything like super crazy with the eyes. I typically don't the first time I'm trying a palette, but especially because I just wanted to do just like a little try on portion. You know, I didn't have a whole lot going on, but I thought I could just try out a little something, get a basic feel for the products. So, and it's just more, it's more me, more my style, you know. I was thinking about coming in with that darker matte shade and putting it like on the outer part, but I actually really like this just kind of simplicity of this look, and I kind of like the lighter tones that I have going on right now. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it just because I like it. Okay, but I am gonna put some shadows on my lower lash line. I did put a little bit of the Milk pencil onto my waterline. Oh, where is it? Here we go. This is from Milk Makeup. It's one of their new eyeliners, which are really, really nice. This is in CEO. It's just a nice brown. So I added that into my waterline and then also tightlined since I'm going to be doing some lashes. And then I think I'm just going to mix these two matte shades together for the lower lash line. And I'm just going to use a pencil brush. This is the M507 from Morphe. I'm actually going to come in with the darker shade first. And I'm just going to kind of lightly sweep that along the lower lash line. And coming in with that brown, and then I'm just going to blend those two together and create kind of like a smokier lower lash line here. And then I'm picking up this is a lip brush from the Moda Metallic line, and I'm going to grab out this center shade here, and I'm going to add that to my inner corner. So that is going to do it for the Warrior palette from Juvia'S Place. Here's the swatches one more time in case you wanted to see them. So kind of my first thoughts about this palette is that I really like it. I think that it's really nice Juvia'S Place quality. One thing that sometimes I forget about Juvia'S Place, especially when it comes to their colorful palettes, is that the shadows are nicely pigmented, but they're not too much. You know, I'm looking at this darker brown shade and thinking, wow, that's going to be a lot. I'm looking at this shade and thinking, wow, that's darker than I want it to be. I wish it was a touch lighter. But actually, when you apply them, they're a lot more, they're like more user-friendly, I would say. You can actually build these up more. So that's something for me, that's a good thing, because when things are really, really pigmented right off the bat, if you use too much, then you're basically out of luck. Or, you know, even if you come in with just like a hair too much, you can spend a really long time trying to blend those out. With these, you can more build them up. So it's just going to be your preference for what you prefer, but for me, that's what I like, and I sometimes forget that that's how Juvia'S Place is. So I actually am very happy with this palette. How I was kind of saying I wish there was maybe one more shade. Not really, because you can actually manipulate these shades to your preference. My preference. You know what I'm saying. And so far, I really do like those shimmers in there. I used two on my eyes, so I'll definitely be trying out more of the shades here before I come back and give my review on this haul. I am going to apply some lashes. I'm going to try to apply one on camera here since I don't do it a ton, but I thought I could try since we just have a couple items that we're using today. So I'm first going to, like I said, I did do tightline on my upper waterline with the Milk mascara. I just think it helps with blending the eyeshadows. And then I am going to add my mascara first. This is the CoverGirl Flourish mascara. Mascara. It's not my favorite mascara to wear on its own, but I don't mind it for wearing before I have my lashes on. I do recommend to do your mascara before you do your lashes and to not put mascara on your lashes if you can help it. It'll help just kind of the longevity of them so you can get more re-wears out of them. I've had a lot of people ask me like, can you reuse lashes after you've used them once? And I'm like, I use my lashes at least 30 times, I would say. I use my lashes until I cannot use my lashes no more. I'm just going to go ahead, and I did trim the lashes off camera since that takes a little bit of time. So I just trimmed a little bit off there. There's one thing that I think is an absolute must is trimming your lashes. I never used to do this. I used to just take my full lashes and try to slap those babies on my eyes. Like in college, some of my photos are just so ridiculous because you're like, why does she have spiders on her eyes? Because I didn't know that you were supposed to trim your lashes, okay? Like, that's my bad. So trim the lashes, you know, take them out. I recommend when you take them out, grab like a tweezers or something if you can't get them off with your fingers, and grab the end that would come over here because you're more likely going to trim that side off. That's the side you want to trim, not this side over here, because the lashes get smaller to mimic your actual lashes on your eyes. So just make sure to grab from that end, because even if you kind of, you know, grab too hard or you pull a lash out or, you know, something, you're probably going to trim that off anyways. So it's not a big deal. But just set them on your eyes, see, you know, how much you need to trim off. When you come in with the scissors, like I said, trim from the longer side. I recommend putting the scissors on the band instead of trying to cut up through the lashes. Again, that might sound really obvious, but I used to try to cut up through the lashes, so I'm just letting you know my mistakes so you don't make them. And I think that part is really important. When you put your lash adhesive on, you put it onto the band, and then you want to sit for a while, between 30, 60, maybe even 90 seconds. You want it not to be wet because it's just going to be a mess and it's not going to actually stick on. You want it to be more tacky. You know, you don't want it to get too dry because then it's not going to stick on, but you want that like perfect level of tackiness. So I usually wait around 60 seconds or so before I apply it to my eye. Those are just a few of my tips. I get asked about lash tips a lot, so every once in a while I try to come on and show you how I apply lashes. This is what I use to apply my lashes. This is the Tarte lash applicator, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure. It's like $14. I got it a couple years ago and I think it's really helpful. Instead of using my fingers or regular tweezers, which can get pretty sharp and kind of scary towards your eye, it has this flat side here. So what I do is I just pick up my lash like so, and then it's just a lot easier to be able to set it down onto my eye, and it's not sharp or anything like that. So I'm just gonna let it sit in here and dry for a little bit before I pop this on. I use the Duo adhesive. I use the clear, which it'll come out white, but then it does dry clear on the lashes for when I don't have like liner, liquid liner, wing liner or anything. And then I also have the black tone for when I am using liner to help it kind of blend in a little bit easier. But since I am skipping liner today, I have the clear tone on. So once I get it to where I want it, I come in from the top and then I kind of pause right here and look and see, do I need to move a little bit further, you know, on the inner part of my eye, the outer part of my eye. Just take your time, line it up first, and then I just come in and drop it onto lash right here. But I can't talk, so here we go. And then I just kind of have to mess back and forth between the outer part of the eye and the inner part of the eye. Just kind of make sure they're both secure. I recommend securing it like the center of the lash first to kind of like have it be your anchor, and then work on the inner and outer parts of the eye. And then I kind of take my lash tool and I'll come in and I'll kind of clamp everything together to kind of help blend the lashes as well with my real lashes. Alrighty, so lashes are on and I'm going to try out the highlighter, which I'm a little nervous about, but it's all good. Okay, so the Bakerie Illuminator. Again, my shade is in Frosting, so I'm gonna tap the top a little bit. So like I said, I feel like with this sticker, I was only supposed to remove the sticker part, but the whole thing, I mean, it just keeps popping off, so I don't know. And then even if I did do it like this, I don't know, I guess maybe you could dump it into the cap. I don't know. I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that top part off so we have this loose one in here. And when I'm using loose highlighters, which I don't use a ton of, but when I do, I like to reach for my Pixie brush for some, or not Pixie, Luxie brush for some reason. This is the 522 tapered highlighter. I don't know why, for some reason, like I knew what I was buying, but I didn't think it would be this confusing, this messy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try to highlight here. So I will say that it does look pretty glittery, which I don't love glitter highlights on myself personally. So one thing that I'm noticing about the highlight too is that it almost has like a lot of like base pigment to it. 'Cause I don't know, can you tell like right here? Like that is not my blush, that is from the highlight. And I don't love that because it can just kind of affect, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what highlight did this to me the one time. Cause like look at my brush. Like you can really, like I just don't feel like highlight should look like that, but I don't know. Okay. It can just kind of change the look of things, and it happened to me one other time too, and I was like, oh gosh, why did I go so hard on my blush? And then I realized it's not the blush, it's the highlight. Ugh, I don't think I like this. You know, you never know until you try, you know, even though I thought like maybe this might not be totally it for me, I didn't think it would be this challenging to use and this messy to use. Arrgh. I know, I'm probably like doing something wrong. People are probably yelling at your screens again. You're always yelling at me when I'm trying out makeup. Okay, so unfortunately for me, the highlight is gonna be a no-go. So I think the packaging, well, it's like, it's so cute. I love the concept behind it. I just think it's so cute. I just don't think the packaging is great, and it just is gonna make a mess no matter what. For the actual highlight itself, you know, it might just be too dark for me to kind of show, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what like the correct term for it is, but instead of just leaving like a beautiful glow on me, it's leaving like a stripe of pink with glow in it, and then it's also very glittery at the same time, and it's just, dang it. Oh, I hate when highlights don't work out for me. That's such a bummer. So let's move on. We just have one last thing to try here, and this is the Funnel Cake lipstick, which I'm excited about. So I'm going to do a little swatch here on my hand to see what we're working with. Okay, there is the swatch of that one. It's actually lighter and a little bit more coral than I was expecting, because it's described as a matte mauve rose. Like that's not mauve. It's not mauve in the slightest. That's like a pinky rose with like a tiny bit of coral in it. Okay, I'm a little confused. I like mauve, so that's why I went for it. Also because of the name, I was like, it's perfect. It's also a shade I'm going to use, and I love the name Funnel Cake. Okay, let's just see how it goes. So this is what this one is looking like on me. So I did read that they have actually 2 different finishes amongst the 15 shades. There's the soft matte and then like a moisturizing luxury cream, it said. This one is one of these soft mattes, which is good, which I would prefer. It went on really smoothly. Sometimes I don't like matte bullet lipsticks because they're a little harder to apply, but I felt like it went on really smoothly, and you know, it was nice and creamy applying it. Still good on the lips so far. I don't mind the color. I just wish it was more mauve like it said it was going to be, but that's okay. Not the first time I've been played on shades with lipsticks this year. But okay, so this is what this one's looking like. You know, I definitely want to try it out, see how long wearing it is, how easy is it to reapply once it starts coming off, and all of that. Did also kind of notice like the packaging, like this part here, it's almost like it's like it feels kind of papery. Like, you know what it reminds me of? Like those paper straws. Have you guys ever been to like a baby shower or a bridal shower where you have like the cute like striped straws to like put in your glass, and it's all cute and stuff, but it's like paper and that like disintegrates eventually? It's kind of what this feels like. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, but that is the lip color, and then that is going to finish it off for this little Ulta haul and try on video. So definitely I think I'm most excited for the Warrior eyeshadow palette for sure. I really like the way that the eye look came out, and I think I'm going to be really excited to add especially a neutral Juvia'S Place eyeshadow palette in here. I really do like the lashes. They were super easy to pop on. So the House of Lashes iconic light lashes, I felt like were very easy to put on, and they also feel nice and lightweight on my eyes. So I think I'm really going to like these. Unfortunately, the highlighter from Beauty Bakerie is going to be a no for me. I I don't think I'm gonna try it again. I have to try things more than once before I call it, but I'm not like super pumped up to try it, you know? And then the lipstick, so far so good on the lipstick, all good there, so I will keep testing that out. But that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little Ulta haul and then trying some of the items on. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Did you shop at Ulta? If you got the 20% coupon, I would love to know. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy today's video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.